And welcome back to the Geelong Cricket Show as our floor manager, the one and only Mr. Brian Belmont Lions Coughlin, times us in very well. Thanks, Cogs.
He's painted his head again. He's got those colours going again.
You should have seen him last Friday night in his father's blazer at the presentation night. It was a sight to be seen.
Number 51.
Number 51, yes.
And tattoos to go with it, I suppose. A couple of tats.
Yeah, one on the belly button, and it was even pierced. Joining us, our special guest, as we said at the start of the show, Grant Ward. Grant, you've been absent from Geelong cricket for a few seasons due to army obligations.
Yeah, that's correct, Brian. About 6 years, Graham. About 6 years ago, I left Geelong to join the army and stayed majority of the time up in Sydney, and yeah, had a really good time. But it's great to be back home.
Did you get any cricket in while you were away?
I didn't get any cricket in. I only played a few games for the army team, but I didn't have the week-to-week cricket that I would like to have had up there. It was a bit hard with work, so.
And one would think playing in an army team, one thing is you wouldn't argue with the umpire, would you?
No, that's correct, yeah.
Because he'd be a commanding officer. Is that fair and reasonable?
Yep, that's exactly right.
So you brought a good shining example back to East Belmont?
I'm trying, but it's not rubbing off on the boys too well yet.
Okay, let's have a look at your game. Last Saturday, East Belmont took on Newcomen District, and what a game this turned out to be. Of course, we know the end result was that East Belmont got up and won the game, but it wasn't without some amazing bowling from the Newcomen District players, Dean.
Yeah, well, one young guy has got a double hat-trick, 4 wickets in a row. Maybe you could run the listeners through how that actually happened and whether there was any drama at the end of it.
No, that was a fantastic effort by young Sam Farnsworth. He, as a good young bowler, he bowled really good lines and put them on the spot and then trapped a few of our blokes in front, and he did really well. So what happened after that, I can't really comment, but it was a good effort by the young kid.
Yes, slamming Sam Farnsworth. He's swapped the red flashing football boots as captain of the under-18 St Mary's side in the GFL, taking on the wide paces with the Newcomen District side. Picked up 4 wickets in a row, a double hat-trick, and the first to do so since Graham Powell did back some 25, 26 years ago in the Geelong Cricket Association playing for South Barwon. But it didn't stop there, Grant, because his number 2 bowler down the other in Clinton Ford, 10 overs, 10 maidens, 1 for none. Well, did he bowl that well? I mean, you faced him and you couldn't get him away.
Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare to face 40 on the weekend. He was just bowling simple lead cutters that were pitching outside off stump and just moving away, but the track was pretty slow and was keeping pretty low, and they just set the offside field, so it was a bit hard to get him away, mate. It's, me and Barzy, we tried our best, but we just struggled to in the end.
How are you finding yourself now readjusting to Division 1 GCA cricket back on turf grounds that have been affected by drought conditions after being, shall we say, absent from the game for a period of time?
Yeah, I think the thing that's really I'm lacking at the moment is the match practice and the time out in the middle. I haven't had that over the last few years, and that's all I'm really lacking. I'm feeling good, feeling really confident, hitting the ball well. It's just the time out in the middle, but as games come on and hopefully spend a bit more time out in the middle, I will get a few more runs on the board, and the team's doing well at the moment and the boys keep winning, so it's all looking good down there.
One good thing with East Belmont, you do have a lot of depth, and I believe that there's a few players that actually aren't playing at the moment. Maybe you could let the listeners know who those players are that may be coming back. I think you were saying the Dynamite 3.
I don't know about the Dynamite 3, but yeah, we've got a bit of strength to come back in the team. I think Peter Quick will be back on Christmas. John Rees is playing second division county cricket over in England. He'll be back. And Bo Carroll, he should be back this week playing cricket for East Belmont, either in the first or second 11. So the team's going to strengthen up over the next few months, and we should be pretty strong come that end of the year.
Well, you've left me gobsmacked because that you've heard it live and exclusive here on the Geelong Cricket Show. The big Bo coming back for East Belmont. Dino, will that change your tactics? on the put them all on the boundary line when Bo's batting.
No, he's a good bat, but you can always there's always a way of getting someone out. I think the John Rees and Peter Quick, I think their bowling is good right now. Just wondering where these players are actually going to fit in, because there's not much room there in your bowling attack right now with the two Allen boys and Big Timbers, and then you've got Drew Allen, who bowls a bit off spin. There aren't too many spots there for any of these guys you're talking about. Just wondering who might those players be who will be ejected.
Yeah, well, I'm not too sure about who's going to be ejected. I guess that's up to the selectors. But it's definitely great for the club to have those guys coming back in, and it's only going to help the club strengthen up and move forward towards the end of the year, which will help the lower grades as well. So I guess the selection committee will have a bit of a nightmare on their hands.
It's a good place to be, though.
Very good place.
It certainly is, and the East Belmont Lions, they did well at the weekend with a good win over Newcomen District, and congratulations to all involved in a fine game of cricket. And before we go to a break here on the Geelong Cricket Show, sponsored by the Bendigo Bank, I'd like to send our best wishes and congratulations to Scott Hart Mullen, as he is known, the president of the Newtown and Chewell Cricket Club, because he has become the first Club Legend of the Week for season 2007-2008 in Cricket Victoria's new initiative. And congratulations to Scotty Mullen. Does a fantastic job down there at Newtown and Chewell, and greatly his efforts recognised by Premier Cricket Victoria in the Club Legend of the Week for the first one of this season.